Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something that many fail to grasp in their pursuit of success. There exists within each of you a power, subtle yet absolute, a force that guides your life whether you are aware of it or not. I speak to you today about what I call the law of hypnotic rhythm. Now, do not let the name intimidate you. It is not a magic spell, nor is it some hidden sorcery. It is the rhythm of your own mind, the automatic patterns formed by your thoughts, your habits, and your repeated actions. Consider, if you will, the river. It does not stop for rocks or for fallen trees. It flows relentlessly in the path it has carved. So too does the human mind follow the paths that have been laid before it, often without conscious direction. Many men and women drift through life, unaware of the subtle forces shaping their destiny. Fear, doubt, hesitation. They become the rhythm that controls them. And yet, the same law that enslaves the weak also liberates the determined. Those who understand it, who learn to guide it, can command their destiny as a skilled sailor commands his ship through stormy seas. The law of hypnotic rhythm is neither cruel nor partial. It rewards the mind that is disciplined, the spirit that refuses to surrender to fear. I want you to look within yourself and ask, which rhythms am I feeding? Am I repeating thoughts of limitation, poverty, and failure? Or am I rehearsing day by day the ideas of courage, persistence, and purpose? Because, my friends, the mind obeys habit with unerring loyalty. Once a rhythm is established, it becomes almost impossible to break. But therein lies your opportunity, for just as destructive patterns are formed through repetition, so too can patterns of success, wealth, and happiness be consciously cultivated. You must remember, the mind is a faithful servant. Feed it with thoughts of triumph, train it to embrace challenges, and it will move you toward the heights you seek. Ignore it, neglect its power, and it will carry you along the path of mediocrity. This, my friends, is the beginning, the awakening to the truth that your own mind, through the law of hypnotic rhythm, is the master architect of your life. Tonight, I implore you to observe your thoughts, to recognize the rhythms you have allowed to take hold, and to take the first conscious step toward shaping them in your... Now, having observed the rhythms of your mind, we must speak of the way habits shape your destiny. Consider carefully, for this is where most people stumble. They fail to understand that their repeated actions, no matter how small, are the foundation upon which their life is built. A single act may appear insignificant, yet repeated, it becomes a pattern, a rhythm, and that rhythm dictates the course of your existence. Each thought, each word, each choice forms a step and a staircase that leads either to the pinnacle of success or the depths of regret. I ask you, look at your own life. Are your daily actions deliberate, chosen with intent and purpose? Or do you drift, following impulses, responding to circumstance, allowing others to direct your path? The subconscious mind does not differentiate between positive or negative repetition. It obeys the commands it receives. Therefore, if you continually entertain fear, doubt, or procrastination, your mind will solidify these as patterns, and you will find yourself a prisoner to them. Yet, if you practice persistence, courage, and self-discipline, these too will become automatic, flowing as naturally as breath itself. Think for a moment of a master musician. He did not awaken one morning with skill. He trained, he practiced, he repeated the same movements thousands of times until they became second nature. So it is with your mind. You must repeat constructive thoughts. Envision your goals vividly and act in alignment with your purpose daily. This is not theory, it is the science of success. You are training the most powerful instrument. You possess your own subconscious. And so, my friends, let us not underestimate the power of what seems small. Each repeated act, each choice, each habit is forming the rhythm that will govern your life. Master your habits and you master your fate. Fail to master them, and you remain a drifter tossed upon the seas of circumstance, powerless to change your course. Now, having understood the shaping force of habits, we must turn our attention to a great adversary that lurks unseen, quietly directing those who are unaware, the adversary known as fear and doubt, the invisible drifter. And it is this force that we will confront in the next chapter, for until you recognize it, no mastery of rhythm can be complete. Now we come to an enemy most people never see, yet it rules their lives with silent tyranny. I speak of fear, doubt, and hesitation, the invisible drifter, as I have called it. You see, many men and women wander through life, believing they are free, when in truth they are bound by these unseen chains. The mind that is untrained, the spirit that is unguarded, falls prey to them without notice. Fear whispers, doubt questions, hesitation paralyzes, and before you know it, your life is being carried along a path you never consciously chose. Consider this: the drifter does not shout. It does not demand attention. It works subtly, patiently, feeding upon indecision, anxiety, and the failure to act. How many great opportunities have been lost? How many dreams abandoned because the mind was under the sway of these invisible forces? And yet, take heart, for the very awareness of this enemy is the first step toward victory. Once you recognize the patterns it has established in your life, you can begin to wrest control back from its grasp. You must train yourself to question your fears. You must confront each doubt and examine it, for most are illusions, mere shadows of the mind. And when hesitation arises, take immediate action. Action is the antidote. Repetition of courageous, decisive acts begins to create new rhythms that build strength and resilience in the subconscious mind. Your mind will begin to obey these new patterns just as faithfully as it obeyed the old destructive ones. Understand this, my friends: mastery of success is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. You cannot simply wish fear away, nor can you ignore doubt and hope it vanishes. You must confront them, study them, and use the law of hypnotic rhythm to replace their influence with constructive, empowering patterns. And so, having seen the hidden forces that seek to enslave your mind, we now turn to a question of great importance. How do we feed the subconscious with thoughts that strengthen rather than weaken us? How do we establish patterns that will serve us faithfully and lead us to the life we desire? It is to this subject, the creation of positive subconscious patterns, that we turn in the next chapter, for without them, all else is incomplete. Now, my friends, having recognized the invisible forces that seek to control us, we must learn the art and science of creating positive patterns within our minds. This, I tell you, is the most powerful tool any man or woman can possess. The ability to feed the subconscious with constructive, empowering thoughts so that it works for you rather than against you. You see, the mind is like fertile soil. It does not question what you plant. It merely nurtures the seeds. Sow fear and fear grows. Sow courage and courage flourishes. Sow persistence and you will harvest success beyond measure. The method is not complex, though it requires discipline. Through repetition, through constant, conscious effort, you impress upon your subconscious the principles you wish to live by. Repetition is the mother of all learning, and the subconscious is the diligent student that obeys without complaint. Affirm your purpose, visualize your goals with vivid intensity, and speak daily to the mind of the person you intend to become. These are not mere exercises, they are the steps by which your thoughts are transformed into reality. And let us speak plainly about autosuggestion, the deliberate practice of influencing your mind by repeating constructive statements, ideas, and affirmations. You must not do this half-heartedly. Speak with conviction. See your goal is already achieved. Feel it, live it, breathe it. The subconscious does not distinguish between fantasy and reality. It only obeys the commands it is given. Therefore, if you feed it with doubt or hesitation, it will deliver doubt and hesitation. But if you nourish it with courage, clarity, and purpose, it will deliver the life you seek. Take care also to observe the emotions that accompany your thoughts. Thought without feeling is weak, ineffective, powerless. Feel the strength of your convictions, the certainty of your purpose, and the joy of your anticipated success. These feelings deepen the impression upon the subconscious and accelerate the formation of a positive rhythm. And so, my friends, having established the knowledge of how to create patterns that serve, we now turn to a companion principle, one that reinforces this power in action: the necessity of persistence. For it is through persistent, repeated effort that the rhythms you cultivate gain strength and become unbreakable. It is persistence that transforms knowledge into accomplishment, thought into reality. Now, my friends, we arrive at a truth so simple, yet so powerful, that it is overlooked by many: the indispensable role of persistence in shaping the rhythms of success. You see, it is not merely knowledge, nor intention, nor even desire that determines the outcome of a life. It is the repeated, sustained effort in the direction of a definite purpose. Without persistence, the mind drifts, Without persistence, the positive rhythms you have worked so hard to establish falter, and the old, destructive patterns return to enslave you. Consider this the most brilliant plan, the most inspired thought remains but a shadow without the light of persistent action. It is the daily, repeated effort, no matter how small, that impresses the subconscious, strengthens the rhythm, and transforms vision into reality. Persistence is the hand that guides the ship through stormy seas, the hammer that shapes the raw material of your mind into tools of achievement. Do not confuse a single act of effort with persistence. True persistence is steadfast, relentless, unwavering, even when the world offers resistance, ridicule, or temptation to quit. And let me caution you, my friends, many will falter because they expect immediate results. They act once, perhaps twice, and when the fruits do not appear, they abandon their purpose. This is precisely what the law of hypnotic rhythm will exploit if you allow it. The subconscious rewards repeated action. It does not respond to whims or half-hearted attempts. Only through persistent application do the rhythms of success take hold, grow strong, and guide your life with certainty. Take heart, then, in knowing that every effort, every repetition, every small step compounds with astonishing power. Your mind is like a mighty engine. Each act of persistence adds fuel, strengthening the momentum until the force of your habit becomes unstoppable. And it is in this relentless practice, this unyielding commitment, that you align your conscious purpose with the subconscious rhythms that govern your destiny. And so, having grasped the power of persistence, we now turn to a principle that reinforces this process even further: the mastery of your emotions. For as long as fear, anger, or doubt disturb your inner balance, the most disciplined mind will struggle to maintain its rhythm. To achieve the harmony of thought and... Now, my friends, having understood the power of persistence, we must address a force that can either strengthen your rhythm or shatter it entirely. The power of your emotions. Yes, emotions, the subtle, invisible currents that influence every thought, every choice, every action. The mind is a faithful servant, but it obeys the heart as well as the will. If your emotions are turbulent, uncontrolled, and negative, they will undermine even the most disciplined effort. Fear, anger, jealousy, resentment, these are the tempests that destroy rhythm and enslave the subconscious. I want you to understand this clearly. You cannot separate your emotions from your success. A mind filled with anxiety cannot follow the rhythm of achievement. A spirit consumed by anger cannot receive the impressions of constructive thought. And yet, the solution is within your reach. You must train your emotions as you train your habits. You must consciously choose what feelings to nurture, just as you choose which thoughts to repeat. Joy, gratitude, faith, courage, these emotions, when cultivated deliberately, reinforce the positive rhythms of the mind and accelerate your progress toward success. Consider for a moment the person who acts with composure under pressure, who maintains calm in the face of difficulty. Notice how their mind seems sharper, their decisions wiser, their actions more effective. This is no accident. It is the result of controlling emotions and aligning them with purpose. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing feelings. It is about directing them, focusing them, and using them as fuel for the subconscious engine that drives your life. And remember, my friends, the law of hypnotic rhythm obeys every repeated pattern, whether it is born of thought, action, or feeling. Each day you allow fear or doubt to dominate your spirit, you reinforce rhythms that hinder success. Each day you choose courage, gratitude, and faith, you build unshakable patterns that lift you higher. Your mind is a fertile field, your emotions the sunlight and water. Tend them wisely and the harvest will be extraordinary. And so, having mastered the influence of emotions, we are now ready to explore a principle that transforms rhythm into unstoppable momentum, the conscious repetition of constructive actions and habits. It is through this deliberate practice that you accelerate your success and align your subconscious with your highest purpose. Now, my friends, having gained mastery over thought, persistence, and emotion, we arrive at a principle that transforms potential into reality, the conscious repetition of constructive actions and habits. This is the mechanism by which the law of hypnotic rhythm moves from theory into practice, from knowledge into achievement. You see, the subconscious mind does not distinguish between the great and the trivial. It obeys repetition. It follows the rhythm impressed upon it. Therefore, if you wish to achieve extraordinary results, You must consciously and deliberately repeat actions that reflect your highest purpose. Consider this: the most successful men and women of history did not rely upon luck or inspiration alone. They acted again and again deliberately until their habits became second nature. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb in a single attempt. He repeated, refined, and improved until his subconscious mind had memorized the patterns of experimentation and innovation. So it is with your own life. You must establish routines, rituals, and practices that align with your goals. Every day, every hour, every conscious choice reinforces the rhythm of success, shaping your destiny without fail. And let me stress this, my friends, repetition alone is not enough if it is aimless. The actions you repeat must be purposeful, aligned with a definite chief aim. Random effort breeds confusion and frustration. But deliberate, repeated effort establishes habits that are unstoppable, rhythms that cannot be broken by circumstance, opinion, or opposition. Your subconscious, now trained and disciplined, becomes a faithful ally, guiding you, alerting you, nudging you toward the fulfillment of your purpose. Observe carefully: the law of hypnotic rhythm rewards consistency. The more persistently you act with intention, the more automatic and effortless the path to success becomes. Eventually, the rhythms you establish dominate your life in a most extraordinary way. They carry you forward even when your conscious mind is distracted, tired, or uncertain. This, my friends, is the hidden power that the uninformed rarely see, and that the enlightened wield with great skill. And so, having learned to consciously repeat constructive actions, we now turn to the final chapter. Now, my friends, we arrive at the culmination of everything we have discussed. The ultimate realization of the law of hypnotic rhythm. You have seen how your thoughts, your habits, your persistence, and your emotions each play a role in shaping your subconscious mind. You have learned that repetition, deliberate action, and emotional mastery form the very rhythm that governs your destiny. And now, I want you to understand this: when all these elements are aligned, the mind becomes a force so powerful, so relentless, that it moves mountains, overcomes obstacles, and transforms the impossible into the inevitable. Imagine for a moment a mighty river flowing steadily and powerfully toward the sea. Nothing can stop it. It does not resist. It simply follows the course carved by its own momentum. So too does the mind when it has been disciplined, trained, and impressed with constructive, empowering patterns. Every thought of courage, every act of persistence, every emotion of faith strengthens the rhythm. The subconscious obeys without question, delivering results that are precise, reliable, and extraordinary. This is the hidden power that few ever comprehend, and yet it is available to each of you today, here and now. Take this lesson to heart: you are the master of your mind. You are the architect of your destiny. Each day, each hour, each moment presents an opportunity to impress new rhythms upon your subconscious. Refuse to be swayed by fear, doubt, or circumstance. Choose courage, persistence, and purpose. Repeat constructive actions until they become automatic. Feel empowering emotions until they dominate your inner world. And you will find, my friends, that success is no longer a dream. It is a natural, inevitable consequence of the harmony you have created within. And finally, remember this: the law of hypnotic rhythm is impartial, it is relentless, and it obeys without question. It will reward those who understand it and ignore those who do not. So choose wisely. Take command of your thoughts, your habits, and your emotions. Let persistence be your companion and deliberate action your guide. When you do this, you become unstoppable. You become the master of your life. And one day, when you look back, you will see that nothing, no obstacle, no doubt, no fear could prevent the mind disciplined by hypnotic rhythm from achieving all that it was intended to achieve. Now go forth, my friends, with clarity, with purpose, and with unwavering faith in your own power. Shape your rhythm, shape your destiny, and know that the life you desire, the success you seek, and the greatness you are capable of lies within your own mind, ready to be claimed.